good, everybody? It's Breeze, and you're there for another episode of the What's Cookin podcast, home with the hottest upcoming entrepreneurs and business people around the world. And today I have a special guest with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
How y'all doing? Name's Javi. Just Division Inc. You can find me on many platforms. Just Division Inc. Don't Stop Scott. Come on.
Yeah, so Scott is a very talented team, right? It's not just a person, but it's a team. He came in squad deep. He still got people on the way right now. He might just hop into the scene, whatever. But so Scott is a big team full of photographers, digital creators, and artists, right?
Basically.
Yeah, basically. So I didn't miss anything, right?
Nah, you didn't miss nothing.
Okay, good. Just making sure. So as you can tell, that's very I feel like everything kind of goes together in regards to what they do. So let's start with the backstory on how you got into all of that.
Well, me, I felt like I got into the whole aspect of creating and thing from a very young age. Because when I was younger, I was raised in Jamaica, by the way. When I was younger, I used to always. It's sad. But anyway, I used to always create things artwork for my mother and stuff as a child. And she always used to tell me oh, it's great and that, but it's mothers. So I'm not really meant in it okay, this could go somewhere, this could take me somewhere. Mm-hmm. As I got older now, I got into school, I started doing architecture. Mm-hmm. I was doing architecture for a while, but I wasn't really feeling the math part of it. Because there's a lot of math that
I'm a math guy myself.
I used to be a math guy, I'll give you that. When in high school, I used to be a math guy. When I got to college, it was there was too much math. It was just, it became too much. So after a while, I was I could go tap into my art side, because I've been doing art for some years now. So I tapped into my art side, and it was something about when I see certain things, you ever seen something and you had your own idea of how it should have been done or how it should have been created?
All the time.
So it's just a vision in my head that, okay, I could create like this, I could create it like this. And I used to just do mock-ups and stuff like that. People were yo, this is great, show this, and So after a while, it just continued and we just progressing.
Okay, so where'd you start with first? So I'm assuming you went from the digital designing side?
I went from actually fine art side, because I used to draw, I used to do paintings, before I even got on a computer, before I even got on a tablet. I was drawing and using pencils, anything that was physically me sitting there, sketching, drawing. I used to draw in school, when I'm supposed to be taking notes, I'm drawing. But then I got into a computer with I had picked up the tablet, because when I started college, when I started college, they introduced me to the computer. They introduced me to Photoshop, they introduced me to all these softwares that I could use. So at that point, I felt okay, this was quicker for me, because drawing was taking a longer time. When I could sit there and put this and pull this and put this together. It would be an easier process, and it was more of it was a lot more options for me to get out there and see things that I could make. Because I could see things and boom, on my computer, same time, we'll create it.
Right.
Instead of sitting there drawing. The word is true.
Yeah, a lot of advancements. So I'm guessing photography kind of played hand in hand in that. So I'm assuming your photography was what, more so what? It was your art, or was it photography?
But the photography side of it, I didn't really get into it. It was actually my dog that you see me with, Del. He really was he was into photography from young too. He was into photography, always taking pictures. I was never really a picture guy. I don't like pictures. I don't like certain. I wasn't really into behind the camera like that. Mm-hmm. So he was really the art on that side of the photography. That's really his corner right there.
They went downstairs or something?
Yeah, they went to get
I didn't mean they had to go.
No, because he's on the phone. I guess he went to take that truck.
I just want to make sure they didn't leave you.
Word.
Yeah. Okay, so because I said, that kind of goes hand in hand with what you're doing right there, because it's you got the photography. It could be photography just for your art, photography for the people that just could create a lot of digital images and things like that. Posters, flyers, stuff like that.
Definitely, album covers.
Mm-hmm.
So it became to a point that I realized that everything has an art behind it. Mm-hmm. Everything that you see has an art behind it. So if you put your own idea, own vision on it, it's gonna be your style, your creation, your art. So that's all I'm trying to do, making my art. That's why I call it. That's why I took Javi, right? Because my name Javi, right? I see it as Just Division Inc. J
When you introduced yourself, I was thinking about that too. I was like,
exactly, because that's my vision. Like, I'm just trying to make your vision reality. Like, anything that you have in your mind, my job, I would like to make it reality. But then, apart from even the artistic creating album covers and stuff like that, I feel like anything that ties behind the word art, like as an artist, I try to get my hands on. I try to learn it because I want to like be able to create and use my knowledge of what I have already to work on other stuff and see if I could learn it, see what I could dabble in, see what I could get out there and do, because you never know what might, you feel me? You never know what might fit you in life.
Right.
You never know. So that's what I try to do. So that's what I feel like.
Yeah, so I mean, I was never really the artsy person. I can't really try to save my life, but yeah. So going to like one of our previous episodes, so we had an episode with these two guys from Philly. My boy Sauce. So he's a digital what's his name? The digital photographer? No, digital creator. Yeah, digital creator himself. And what's going on? What up?
Scott.
Welcome. But yeah, he's a digital creator himself, and he's what's it called? He was speaking on how like when it comes to designs, he doesn't really like to do like just simple images for people because they tend to just throw the image away, give up on whatever they're doing, and it's just a waste of time because like he's just doing one image and it's just like again it could go to waste or whatever. So like how do you feel about that when you're doing like business with people that are looking for like logos and flyers and stuff like that?
I feel like I tend to like ask them to give me an idea of what they seen in their head, what they visualize to create, and I try to come up with the best idea, but I don't just come up with one idea. I'll come up with probably like 2, 3. So see how they feeling that side of it, see how they feeling different one, and each creation will be a different one. So it will be like, okay, maybe you was looking at it this perspective, maybe you was looking at it this perspective. So they have options, and they can always relate back to me like, okay, I seen this being this color, I seen this being this. You feel me? So I'm always here for the feedback. I don't just create and just be like, hey, this is it. I like the feedback that you telling me, okay, you seen it like this, because I'm trying to make that vision that you have reality. It's not based on what I have. It's based, I'm creating art so you can see it. I'm creating art so you can feel it. It's your art that I'm creating for you.
Okay, so who do we have right here? Like, I mean, when the whole team is here, I want them all to come into the camera real quick.
Listen,
give a quick, introduction.
We got Real Scott on the scene.
So this is who?
Real Scott.
Real Scott.
Real Scott. R-E-L-L.
Okay. Real Scott, Mr. Make One of those fine dimes.
Don't know. Outside.
Don't know, bro. It's good. But yeah, so no, bro, real quick. Let everybody know like what do you do on the team today?
Okay, so I'm an artist. I make music.
Would you like the spotlight chill?
Yeah, you can look at that camera right there. Anyway, like, no, you can just say like just
I'm an artist.
Y'all rotate. Go ahead.
I'm an artist. I make music. I deviate within the genres of dancehall, Afro beats, drill, hip hop.
Oh, so that's who I was listening to then.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause I was about to ask you. I was like, I was listening to you.
Wait, which I was listening to?
It depends what song you was listening to. Because I
was going through the page. I was listening to snippets on that.
So yeah, I do music. Yeah, that's it. I'm just the artist.
Okay. So how do you guys like work together then? So I'm assuming he does like your cover art and stuff.
He does my cover art. He started doing it. He was like the main person I always used, right? But then I find he had hidden talents. You feel me? He doesn't just do this one thing. He does like the whole shebang. And then he could do cover arts. He's an artist. He started learning to sing. I mean, it's elevation.
So you're an artist like a drawing artist and an actual artist, like a recording artist. Okay.
So with all of us, we have like, it's not a lot of waste, man, within our group. Everybody
y'all really so y'all man over here, but
you feel me? Like, we really push each other, sharpen each other, you feel me? So like once I see him catch a talent, I push him. Cause I don't want, as men, right? We have this thing where we don't really have a lot of people to look to. So when we trying to figure out how life goes and stuff like that, you always gotta help your man up. Cause you don't know where he's going from. For me, push him. Let him do what he wants to do. Let him change his dream. There's a mad people from when he was youth telling him you can't do this, you can't do that.
And now look what you done.
It doesn't know. It's a small thing.
Elevation.
Yeah.
So you came in very mysterious. You came with the all black, the shiesty, the glasses. That's a part of your image, like your
incognito. So
like your artist image. Cause you know a lot of artists have like an image and whatnot.
So my image is, you feel me? It's incognito when I'm outside. When I'm doing professional stuff such as video shoots and everything, and I'm mingling with the crowd, you gonna see a little face. You feel me? But don't know. You walking these streets in New York, shiesty up.
Yeah, you give me like the UK vibes, you know.
I know,
UK, every time I say UK, like.
I got UK family. I'm Guyanese and Caribbean,
okay.
so.
Yeah, I'm Haitian. So.
Copy, I know. So, yeah. And I take a lot of influence from the UK people. Yeah, I love them. They like one of my main streaming platforms. Like, they my crowd right now.
I feel that. So, like, in regards to, like, you know, what you've been doing so far, like, you've done any, like, showcases, shows?
I've done shows, so I've been doing music for, like, what, 5 years, right? So my first showcase was Coast to Coast Live. My sister got me into it. Then I had a little show at SOBs. It wasn't my show, but they threw me on the stage and I performed with my man Ty Scott. And then I had another performance. I had like 4 performances. It was like calm crowds, you know, like them Liberian crowd, like yelling in the crowd for me sitting on the chair like this, just talking and shit. You know what I mean? So that's what I did. And yeah, I'm looking forward to do way more performances because I feel like that's where you really have an impact on somebody's life. You know what I'm saying? Talking. It's like, say you're preaching, for instance. Again, if you got church, for me, the man's talking, we got to talk in front. People gonna say, amen, I don't be feeling that. So if I'm singing, portraying my message to another person, they gonna feel it.
Music.
I know.
I feel that. Yeah, Job, you can pull up, bro. You can bring the chair in the middle.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm just like, I didn't have to rotate. Yeah.
I give myself runs.
You be in the middle. It look better if he's in the middle, like it's centered more. Yeah.
Or I give myself runs. Got the little spotlight. Like, come on, man. It's my artist right here.
Yeah. So like, how do people go about like your business, Job?
What you mean?
In regards to like just working with you, like is it just a simple like?
It's a simple hit me.
Okay.
You feel me? It's a simple hit me. They have you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on a lot of platforms because I put my work out there. I'm starting to begin to put my work out there more because I'm learning that sometimes I wasn't looking good in the light.
Yeah, Breeze was too bright. It's like we can see him more.
Going back to what we were saying before, so yeah, you were saying it's a simple with me. Like, do you do like a consultation with people? Like you said earlier, you like to speak with people about what they want to do. Like, how do you go about that? Is it like a FaceTime thing or a face-to-face thing? Like,
I'm starting to do that more because I realize certain times you can't convey a message through text. Like, you're not really feeling like what the people is trying to like get you to see. So sometimes I'll hop on the phone if I'm not really getting the idea behind what they want done. Be like, yo, like, how did you really see this? Because you could convey a message better by listening to somebody rather than just reading the text.
Right. Yeah, because where you guys from Canarsie, right? Yeah, so we had Jay Fields up there. Their consultation group. Jay Frank, I know he's from Canarsie, and he was saying like for their business like that, they do it the same way where it's like they meet up with people like ahead of time. Well, not ahead of time, but they meet up people. Well, yeah, they meet up people before they actually start working with them just to get an idea of like what they're doing and kind of guide them in regards to like what they're trying to do and give them kind of like a business plan, to outline of what they should be looking at and stuff like that. Because they're doing more so business consultation. In your case, you're doing more so just like the digital like creation. So it's kind of like more so like they're more like kind of mentoring. You're more so like collaborating with.
Okay, yeah.
You take ideas and stuff like that.
Definitely, I agree.
Yeah, so we got the whole team. So the whole team got coming to camera too.
It's the photographer right here.
Alright, so the photographer is right here. Alright,
Del Scott, you feel me? Debo on the scene.
Hello.
Don Scott.
Introduce yourselves. Everybody knows what's going on with y'all.
My name is Del Scott.
Go in front. If you don't matter.
My name is Del Scott. I'm the photographer for the group. I'm the little
Black book ups.
My name is Don Scott. I'm another artist in the group, up and coming.
Trying my thing.
No, ever.
But sad, bro. It's more. It's full of talent.
How deep is y'all team? Like, it seems like y'all got like 20 people on
No, what up?
I got AAU team going on this Sunday.
I'll be explaining.
You feel me?
How much was it, like 7?
7, 8.
It's seven.
I mean,
7.
Or
Yeah, because like I said earlier, even when you spoke to me originally, I'm thinking I'm about to have 10 people in here.
I don't mind.
Like, it was crazy. But yeah, so on the photography side, like, what type of photography do you do?
like mostly like with people, like for birthday shoots,
Okay.
or I do like events, like parties, or little B&Bs, video shoots, stuff like that. But I'm just tuning into my photography side.
You do videography too or not?
I'm getting into that.
Okay.
Starting to try YouTube or different like video makings.
Yeah, because like you said earlier, it's like there's no waste man in the group. Everybody's connected, so you know. I feel like everybody's like
Be on everyone. Don't even, you feel me? You on everyone.
Everybody's work kind of is connected with each other. Where it's like like you doing photography, you could do a photography for what he's drawing, and then like the music side, you probably can't not the camera, the videography, video man, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm making sure I said it correctly. But yeah, I like that though. Like y'all all pretty well connected with that.
Yeah, we try to keep it connected for real.
Definitely, we can keep it connected.
Yeah, so that's like my fault. You go ahead.
I was saying because I feel like in a team,
Yeah, I could get children for love.
as I was saying, in a team, I feel like
So y'all all have the same block.
but I was saying like in a team, I feel like when everybody work as a collective and everybody work together.
You wanna pause?
Oh, go ahead.
Not
Not team.
Hey, you saw the accent, right?
Listen, you feel me? Listen, in a team, when you work together, when you have a strong team, it's like you're never going to fail. Cause if you have somebody telling you can't do this in your team, then they don't belong in the team. Your team's supposed to believe in you so you can believe in yourself. And to make it in anything that you set your mind to, it takes you believing. That's what I realized, and it takes you putting out. It don't matter what it is, put it out. He started like he telling me that every day, like yo, because sometimes I have works I'm sitting on, and I'm like yo, I'm not even dropping that. It'll be sitting there for months. You feel me? But
Raise it up, man.
you see, that is life, cause even with Scott, right? Even with Scott. I'm gonna tell you what Scott means. SCOWT. That stands for
Well,
stay.
I know, but yeah, let the audience know.
My fault. SCOWT. That stands for Stay Counting on These Transactions.
Don't know, plus yo.
These transactions.
Can't see it.
And I'm not talking about just money. I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about in life. Everything is a transaction. Everything, you feel me? Everything takes steps. So like this is just progression. It's just a team. Like we gonna progress. We gonna reach to the top. Ain't nobody gonna stop that. I'm promising to that shit, bro.
No matter how long we take, as long as we get there, get it.
Yeah, when I first saw that name, I thought it was pretty wavy. I was like, oh God, I'm thinking, okay, Scott is probably his first name. Then I read it and I was like, nah, this is actually fire. Like, especially too, it's like we're a business-based podcast, so it's like, transactions and just the motivational side to the name and everything. Just like it's just so fitting with what we're doing over here too. So
Definitely, bro.
yeah, that's good.
Definitely. And I see what y'all doing. I like the work. I like the progress. I love it, bro.
Yeah, we working. Every day something new. Every day something different. We just try to be creative and try to just continue to be inspired, which leads to our ultimate question that we ask everybody. Y'all all gotta answer this like individually, but what do you feel is harder to, especially in regards to what y'all do, like individually and collectively, probably too? What do y'all feel like is probably the hardest, or is harder to do? Like stay creative with your work or stay inspired with it? Anybody could go first. Y'all can pass the mic around if y'all want.
There you go. So,
With me, what's your question? Say it again.
So is it harder for you to stay creative or stay inspired?
respect.
As an artist, in your case.
I'm always inspired. I'm gonna say stay creative.
Okay.
Because I feel like I always want to know what's next. Because, like, me personally, I feel like I'm Goku. You get what I'm saying? Like, every other day, I gotta fight a dirty boss when it comes to music. Nah, real shit. Real shit. Every
No, I
day.
feel that.
And I gotta go through some wacky training, wacky events. I don't know if it's like, I only smoke weed. I ain't no heavy drug taker for me. I don't know, whatever, like, because I be going through a lot in my head. So I always gotta be like, yo, am I gonna try this? How's this gonna sound? Are they gonna fuck with this? It's like, So it's like, I feel like just being creative.
Listen, this man is a versatile man, bro. Like,
Gangster.
bro, every genre of music this man can tap into it, bro.
What's I heard the dance floor, I was like, okay,
Bro,
y'all
everything,
doing
bro.
something different over here. I was like,
That's one for me.
Bro, in the non-model area.
Yeah. I'm like, right now.
Can I get the question one more time?
yeah, I was about to say, he was sticking, he's like, yeah, I don't know what I want to say. So the question was, is it harder for you to stay creative or stay inspired?
I'll say stay creative. It's hard to not stay inspired when you got like our group in general, because every day they always say, yo, we gotta do this. You gotta get back. You gotta go back to the school. So it's hard to like not stay inspired. I say stay creative though, because I'll say everybody kind of got like a unique kind of sound in a way, but they all still kind of sound the same. Just like in our neighborhood and everything. So it's like staying creative, trying to find your own branch or trying to find what's gonna make them attract to you more and shit. That's the only thing that I say.
I could chip in.
Yeah.
Like we all grew up in the same area,
You feel me?
right? So like literally on the block, right? So, but before we linked up as Mandem, right? Everybody went through their own experiences. Like he was in Jamaica, I was in Africa. He was literally like Jamaica as well. He was here, but your family was disoriented, right? So as you grow up into a man, you know all these things, but then these backstories that happen, this is what helps your music career. For real, like you don't even know, like that's gonna tap into what you really like. Cause when you grow up, you tend to forget these things, right? Like you probably forgot a couple ones you did as your kids as a young age, but this helps with your business because you know it stands out with your thinking. You feel me? It helps with the next step or the next move because nobody else did it yet. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody goes what you go through. You feel me? So what he's saying is like, okay, boom, I know all the lingo in the towns, but they don't know about the pasta, they don't know about the Grenadian shrimp. You feel me? That's what's gonna make them. You feel me? Don't know.
Yeah, before we continue, I should have asked y'all too, like, so how did y'all like all meet? Like, was it through school, just like through the neighborhood, like?
Let's start this. So, I mean, it all started on our block. I mean, we all lived together, most of us, for me, and then people like branched off and shit. And then our block was like more like always like the chill spot and shit. Like you see me and Raul, we lived together. It's another person. We also lived together on the block. Another person. He's not here right now. Feel me? My son Top. But
Shout out to
feel me?
I Scott 101.
Then off of like people just knowing people branched in when we was younger and shit, and then we just all grew together.
Friend of my mother, a girl came with the name Paris Simmons of Scott, right? And we was in a pool and we made a decision to choose Scott. I mean, best decision we ever made in our life.
Word.
Best decision.
No cap.
It was at that point we was just always together. It was like I gotta be a group at this point. I gotta be a group at this point. Every day is just a group of us. Every day is just.
But I feel like that gave us like, I would say, I don't want to use the word confidence, but probably I have to use the word confidence to do more, because if we was doing it by separately, it wouldn't give us the inspiration we need to reach where we want to be in life. The fact that we are a group, the fact that we linked in, the fact that we communicate and we stay as a team, we can't lose. You understand what I'm saying? Like we believe in each other, and you have the additional belief of yourself plus the team that's around you every day. Because you around these people, and what are they feeding your mind? What are they telling you? Like what do y'all sit there discuss? Y'all on these, you feel me? You with your team, you with your homies, you with your dog then.
Inspiration take you for
Like, but I'm saying, yeah, you with your dog then. Okay, you could have a little 1-2 live, you could link a little 1-2 girl, you know, all the little vibes. But then if you're not creating bigger and better, pause, why for that? But if you're not creating life, right? And where you're trying to go in life, and you're wasting time, bro. Wasting time.
Quick question. So y'all mentioned the pool. So let me guess, y'all was at Paddington, weren't y'all?
Don't know.
I used to play handball over there.
You used to be over there.
Yeah, I lived on 72nd and
I wanted to branch off of what he was saying, right? So like a lot of people, regardless of what they're doing, right? Black men in general, right? I don't know what type of system we go through. I be seeing it because I feel like I go through it too. But like we be worried about the wrong things, right? It's like the red pill and the blue pill, right? You could either focus up or fall into all the traps that niggas give you, right? I feel like this was a God-given group where like we was meant to meet each other. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't see the world in the same eyes as the niggas. For I mean, they would fall into all types of jail strips, all types of fuckery, getting killed and all that. Yo, word of my mother, it's never ever happened to none of us. We don't feel that. I mean, that's how you know you're chosen. You get what I'm saying? Because certain stuff like that don't ever hit you. It don't meet you. Once you know you're in that zone, it's like, you know, have you ever seen Teen Wolf or anything? Have you ever seen like any type of?
I mean, I know what it is, but I ain't like really seen it.
It's like a fox, right? It's like a spirit that protects you. You feel me? You could be living your life, you don't know what's in you, but it's just like it's always protecting you. Feel me? That's how I feel like I've been moving my whole life. You feel me?
Yeah, I see that.
I know. So it's like niggas be worried about the wrong things. Any artist, any person that's trying to get into the industry, keep your head straight, know what you're doing, feel me? Don't be worried about what the next man doing, right? Folks staying on your lane, feel me? And make sure you have a solid team around you. Don't have no waste, man, and nobody doubting on your dream and no people leeching off you. For me, you don't need no bad energy. For me, everything gotta be Gucci.
Yo, anybody that tell you can't make it, tell them what's up, man, mother, bro. I don't care. But listen, anybody in life that tell you can't make it, yo, that shit is like, that shit. Well, somebody telling me can't make it, right? Like, you know what that cause?
Me to go hard.
That me. Remember me when I say, yo, I'm gonna make it, not for you, but like you doubting that I could make it. That's like the fuel right there.
What's the fuel?
That's the fuel.
That's how I be
So
saying.
you take that negative energy, bro. Can't do this, bro.
And we gotta get the answer from you real quick.
Oh yeah, I forgot, boy.
Go.
I feel like you want.
You see it this one? Yeah. So it came in was this number right there for one.
They're on the road with it.
Alright. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I say inspiration is important because like with inspiration, it's gonna definitely take you forward. But you do need the creative side to tap into. That's why you do need people around you to help you tap into your creative side, and they also help inspire you. So I'm gonna say inspiration is bigger than creativity.
That's what's up. So I mean, you can hold that. So my question, my final question is like, what's next for Sky as a whole? Like, y'all could, you know,
I
let
can't
us
even
know
say
whatever
what's
y'all got
next.
coming next.
We just gonna keep going up, like
No,
it's straight up.
Tell them what's next, man.
We got music videos coming. We got more shoots.
I was gonna say more music.
We got clothing coming.
That's one
see,
thing I like.
make sure y'all copy with that Scotch scarf. I know it's getting cold outside for me. You want to do this, you heard?
We got a whole lot of movie shit going on, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Who designs the clothing, by the way? I'm sure it's probably you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You see it, that? Big up yourself, bro.
There's too much talent. That's the problem.
That's a fact.
We see you. How you feeling?
A lot of talent.
What's next?
He gave a dramatic effect to it.
What's next? Look, Valentine's Day. Ladies, be ready. Mr. Make 'em Want is giving
I mean,
you.
by the time this drops, Valentine's Day might be over, but
It's not. No, we have to give a shout out still.
I feel you.
Valentine's Day, I'm giving the ladies a little one through special. You feel me? I'm giving them like a EP. Feel me? So I'm basically showcasing my whole talent.
Okay.
But I'm just strictly talking about one topic, which is love. You feel me? But my love is not what everybody else loves. For me, I don't want people to see. Like a lot of people feel like artists gotta relate to them sometimes. I can be selfish. I really just give you what is about me. You know, that's what the mode I'm in. Because I started my career trying to be a people pleaser. When it brought nothing back to me. Nothing at all. The people I tried to please, tried to what you call that word? Blackball me. You feel me? The people that you try to like think that they support you, they don't even support you for real. They over here talking about you bad in the next room. So I decided myself as an artist and as a man, I'm not gonna be no yes man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta figure out myself. For me, that's what everybody is doing, like figuring out who you are as a person. For me, that's what pushes you. So you're gonna get an EP, you're gonna get another music video, you're gonna get a lot, you feel me? And another podcast.
You're gonna get a lot. We're gonna come with a little update.
You feel me?
Yeah,
We're gonna come with a little update, man.
So do you guys like have a like? Is your page like collectively a thing? Like is it like is the Scott page like that's for all business inquiries, or is that just like a personal page for one of y'all?
You know what the thing is? I plan to make it like that.
Okay.
The plan is to make it like all business orientated. That if you need photography, if you need Rel, if you need Javi, if you need Don, if you need any of us, you could hit that page or hit us. But that's the plan to definitely make that page. But the Scott page under construction coming soon.
Like the Avengers.
Okay, so while y'all watching this, y'all can see all the Instagrams like floating right here. So make sure y'all follow them and show some love.
The official Real Scott
Instagram, right? That's what y'all playing.
Right.
Listen.
Yeah, so it was definitely a pleasure to have the whole team here. Hopefully the rest of the team could pull up next time too. You said 7 of y'all? Like 7 more or 7 in total?
Nah, 7 in total.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I don't know where we gonna have y'all seated, but yeah.
Listen, we gonna do it, guys. It's life, bro. You growing, we
gonna make
growing.
it work.
For me, update coming soon. Stay tuned. SCOTT.
Alright, so yeah, Breeze. Thank you for watching another episode. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, show love, share this video to anybody that you feel could use these guys. Like, well, not use these guys, but do business with these guys. Nah, I didn't want to say it like that. But anyone that could do business with these guys, and show them love as well. Follow them. Drop some fire emojis, all that good stuff in the comments.
Yo, ladies, tune in, man. I'm all about y'all. You feel me? I never stay over there, so the ladies, the masked man. Don't know.
So yeah, I'm Brees and we out.
I hope you enjoyed another episode of What's Cookin' NYC. You can't find us in any air fryer, and you can't cook us because we're available on all streaming platforms. Like, comment, subscribe.